What is up, Texas Tech Red Raiders fans? It's your old friend IndyCar Timm here with the Texas Tech Red Raiders Daily Blitz. We'll call it Cincinnati Bearcats post-game edition, as we've had a few hours here to mull over the win, what went down late on Saturday night at Jones AT&T Stadium, and that was one for the ages. Welcome into FanStream Sports. Welcome into FanStreamSports.com, the network, the show. Head over to FanStreamSports.com for all of your great NFL, college football, golf, all sorts of sports programming over there. If you're listening to the recorded podcast, please give us a subscribe, give us a like, give us whatever, good review on wherever you listen to your podcast apps, or if you have don't have one, just go to our website, fanstreamsports.com. You can find all of our shows, videos, audio, everything's over there for you. Appreciate y'all tuning in this morning. First of all, kudos to the Red Raiders and Taj Brooks and Baron Morton and Coy Aiken. The trio, the triplets, if you want to call them, is kind of a famous thing in pro football, but just an absolute outstanding game played by all three of those men and the entire team, really. This was one that could have gotten away early, as Cincinnati had all of the momentum. The Red Raiders, though, fought back, stayed within their game plan. I thought the game plan was outstanding, and were able to keep it close, catch up, tie the game before halftime, and I won't say they dominated halftime, but I will say they had the majority of the momentum throughout all of the second half. Taj Brooks runs for 172 yards while scoring the tying and go-ahead touchdowns. Baron Morton threw for 2 touchdowns to Coy Aiken. Texas Tech held on to beat Cincinnati 44-41 on the game's final play when the Bearcats kicker Nathan Hawks missed a 51-yard field goal that never had a chance. He missed it far wide right and just secured the victory for the Red Raiders. Brendan Sorsby, the North Texas native from right in my backyard here in Lake Dallas, Texas, finished with 426 yards, 4 touchdown passes. On that final drive, he completed long passes of 28 and 19 yards to set up the field goal. However, the offense for the Bearcats lost 20 seconds on the game clock because of, an injury. So you have a 10-second runoff for that. And then also a potential targeting penalty that was called on the field when Sorsby took off running. He slid, but it was a very late slide. And you had the defender, I can't remember who it was now, the defender came up and hit him in the head with a shoulder pad, but the defender had already started the tackle process before, as I said, it was a late slide. So the referees reviewed it, determined it was not targeting, determined it wasn't even a penalty. So there was no, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty or anything like that. So there was a 10-second runoff because of that. Big 20 seconds missed. Otherwise, they would have had plenty more time to drive down for a shorter field goal to potentially tie the game or a game-winning touchdown. Baron Morton completed 19 of 29 passes for 251 yards on the day. The Red Raiders are now 2-0 in the Big 12 for the first time since 2013. They've won their last 6 games at home, where they are now 14-3 in McGuire's 3 seasons there. Taj Brooks tied the game on a 24 on a 1-yard TD run that came with just a minute 39 left in the game, or of the first half. I'm sorry. And then the Red Raiders took the lead in the second half on a Jacob Rodriguez recovered fumble very early in the second half that set up a 2-yard touchdown by Brooks right after that. So A.J. McCarty had an interception return for 51 yards for a touchdown early in the fourth quarter. That gave the lead, or extended the Red Raiders' lead 41-27. It was Sorsby's first interception of the touchdown of the season, and I will call it the broadcaster's jinx once again, because they talked about that seemingly every possession that Cincinnati had the ball. Brian Custer was out there. He's never thrown a pick this season. It was his 149th attempt, I believe, of the season that he threw the interception on. So Cincinnati also lost a couple of players during the game that did not help. Corey Kiner, Evan Pryor, Both running backs, both good, left the game with unspecified injuries. And, from there on, the Tech defense in the second half, I thought just took all of the life out of the Cincinnati Bearcats. They were able to move the ball still, obviously, and they scored 14 points in the fourth quarter to make it a game again. But by that time, the Red Raiders were in command. And like I said, just the missed field goal to end the game secured the victory. So the Bearcats finished with 555 total yards, but without Kiner and Pryor, they just had no run game. Their offense became pretty one-dimensional. Cincinnati, going into this game, had only trailed for 17 seconds through their first 4 games. The Red Raiders, of course, ended that. Texas Tech is now 9-1 in postseason in one-possession games at home under McGuire, and their last 5 Big 12 wins overall have been by just 1 score. Brooks had his 16th 100-yard rushing game, his 4th in a row, and his 12th in his last 15 games. He had at least 95 yards in each of those 3 games in that span without breaking the century mark. He also takes over 4th place on the all-time career rushing list for Texas Tech running backs. So there you go. Texas Tech will travel west to Tucson for the Arizona Wildcats. Saturday, that is a 10 p.m. Central Time kickoff. Stay up late with me, boys and girls. Let's watch some Red Raiders, Wildcats, and that new Big 12 conference showdown on Saturday. We'll be covering all of the games prior, all the information, all the headlines, all the storylines prior to that game all week at Red Raider Review on Athlon Sports. Go check us out over there. Also, make sure you check back in regularly with FanStreamSports.com. We would love to have you into the family. That's going to do it for us. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. Enjoy your NFL Sunday. Enjoy the win in Lubbock Saturday night. And until next time, boys and girls, we'll see you.